has got to be, obviously you want to sell a car those days and bring them in that day, but your focus should be trying to set up your weekend, because it is a little bit slower at the dealership Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just stay focused at your desk, send out those texts, send out those emails, send out the videos, phone calls, and your ultimate goal should be 100 per day. If you can get 100 per day, and most of the salespeople that you're going to work with are going to do 30 activities or less, you are going to win, guaranteed. Guaranteed you're going to win. It's a promise I'm making right now.
You call it?
What's up?
You call it call it?
Call up?
What was the terminology you used?
Oh, for the phone ups?
Yeah, you say phone up?
Yeah, those are the people that call into the dealership. But I'm talking also, when I'm talking about activities, I'm talking about, say, you have a couple or a family that came in, they didn't buy from you on Saturday. It's Monday. I would be calling those customers up. They said they were going to go ahead and look at other brands, be like, hey, just wanted to see how your shopping went. Make sure you have any questions for me. And I just wanted to provide you some more information. Whatever it is, you want to call those customers up. The calls will take the longest amount of time compared to emails and texts. Actually, videos will take the longest time. But, you'll be surprised of how many calls you can make in 1 hour if you're not touching base with a customer. You're leaving that voicemail or whatever it is. Voicemail will take you 20 seconds to leave, right? So you can crank out a lot of activities. And so that's really what's most important. So we talked about phone, we talked about internet, emails, now social media. Now, social media is going to be a big part of your business. And if you get on the wave, then you're going to exceed everybody else in your dealership. Because right now, the people who are doing social media at their dealerships is still in its infancy stage, meaning that there's not a whole lot of people. The veterans that are, old like me, they're not doing a whole lot of social media overall. And so the younger people are doing more like meme stuff, which is great. It's very entertaining. I love making memes. I do it every day. I enjoy it. It's fun. But you want to create a social media account that's going to build like G's brand, who G is, what kind of service G gives. And so you may want to start off with Facebook. IG, I think it's good, but I think it's more for people's lifestyles. I think Facebook is good. I think YouTube is really good. And I would probably say TikTok I'd be good with. I don't know why I think IG is different, and I could be wrong. You want to use them all if you can. And it's not so much you have to do different content for each platform. You can just copy and paste each one. You'll get, the algorithm will hit you up differently on each one differently. But starting off with a Facebook social media account would be great. And you don't have to use your personal one. Create a new one. Create a new one.
What do you think of the argument that you'd like to use your personal one just for the reach?
You can use your personal one, but like in instances like with me and him, where we already have an established social media presence, switching the algorithm would be like pretty crazy. But if you're starting out fresh and you don't have a whole lot of followers, then yes, you could use your personal one to become your brand. And I'm saying anything under 500, I think. If you have under 500 people in your circle, you could use your own personal one. Some people just don't want to mix the two, and that's totally fine. Because some people want to, they don't want their customers seeing their, party they went to, and so it could be different things. You might have a wild side, and then all of a sudden you have a business professional side, and you don't want to. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah. All right.
You could always share on, if you open a new account, you could always share content on both.
Sure.
So they kind of interlock.
No, I think that this is going to be some interesting decision making.
Yeah, it's not one size fits all, right? Not one size fits all. So, how do you become successful on social media? Is first consistency. You have to adopt the mentality that you're going to post every day. It doesn't have to be major things, but you're going to be consistent. Just like consistent with your follow-up, consistent with this, consistent with that. You're going to spend a little bit of your day doing social media. And so what you want to do is, build the brand. Have them know that you are the car person. So, for instance, it could be, Candace at Jeep. Candace sells Jeeps. Whatever it is, you could put your name and just have that as being your. There's one guy, his name is Russ Flips Whips. Does anyone know who this guy is? He was a car salesman, and now he's no longer a car salesman. He's a sales trainer, and he's got millions upon millions of followers, and he no longer sells cars. He basically travels around the United States training dealerships. But, huh?
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, I mean, whichever way you want to take it. There's a salesperson downstairs. I made fun of him yesterday because he gave the customer bad information. His name's Fong Tran. Fong Tran was the #1 salesperson last month in this dealership here. Okay? Fong Tran did not take one phone up, did not take any internet leads, and did not take one walk-in customer. Took no one from the dealership. And he sold pretty much 30 cars last month. Right? So how did Fong do it? Right?
Those people that knows people that knows people.
What's that?
He knows people that knows people who wants cars.
But he uses his social media to get the furthest reach that he possibly could. So how do you do it? Well, at first, what you want to do is, once you sell a car to a person, right? What you'll want to do is you'll want to take a photo with them in front of the car they're buying with a nice little bow on it. Your dealership will have bows. You're doing the selfie, smiling. All right? They're happy. They're giving the thumbs up. You got the photo, and then you ask them, hey, do you mind if I post this online, and could I tag you? Right? What does that do?
Bring more people.
So, yeah, so when you post on their webpage, it's tagged on them. Their friends and family are now seeing who? You. Right? And then all of a sudden, now you're expanding. It may not happen all at once, but then your name is starting to get online through that, right? So you don't only do that. That's one avenue. So on your feed, you'll also start to put videos that add value. What kind of videos could add value to a customer?
Show the cars.
Demonstrate a vehicle and post it online on your Facebook or whatever. Current deals on the dealership. You know what's crazy? I had a Lexus LS. The thing was, my daughter called it the limousine. The thing is huge. It had an analog clock on it. Did not know how the heck to set up that analog clock. So I Googled 2022 Lexus LS, how to set up the analog clock. There was a 30-second video on YouTube that had almost 500,000 views on it. Something as simple as that. You could make a video of the cars at your dealership, how to set up the Bluetooth. It seems so basic, right? Like, especially for you guys, you're so young, you're like, Bluetooth, I just think about it, But for old ass people like myself, I'm like, what? There's all these buttons going on. How do I make the dual climate control work? How do you turn off the blind spot monitors or whatever it is? And you make these short 15, 20-second videos. Hey, this is Leonardo over here at Oarsman Automotive. Just want to give you a quick show of the Toyota 2026 RAV4 and what happens is how to set up the clock, whatever it is. And you do that, 20-second, 30-second video. And you connect the YouTube video link to your Facebook, and now you're starting to grow with yourself online. So use social media to your advantage. I mean, you can make the funny memes. I don't know how much they sell cars, but adding value is a big way of getting your name out there. So I would again recommend everybody.
Instagram and TikTok have recently come out with it's yes, you have to invest a little bit, I think, but it's like a couple dollars. I think it's like $12.
Oh, and it
in-
promotes the video.
Promotion,
promotes the
yes,
videos,
yes.
and especially with something like that, a $12 investment, you know, out of the $12
Mhm.
you're spending, if that brings you, you know, 2-3 deals, that $12 is
Oh yeah, you have to invest in yourself. Like one thing I would recommend doing is like what you're saying is 100% spot on. Promotes because you know you have to invest money into your own business, right? You know, any business invests money back into itself. So one thing I would do is when you start your dealership, you don't have to do it the day you start, but maybe you buy you know that $40 drill over at Home Depot. That way, when you sell a car, you're not searching for a drill. You have your own drill, and so like you want to invest in little things. Like I invested in Consumer Reports. You know, that way I'd have the latest Consumer Reports. I'd make copies of the pages that help sell my product. And it was a $20 investment, you know, and it paid off. It sold me a bunch of cars because people believe Consumer Reports because it's a nonprofit organization, not ran by advertisers. If you have someone like, you know, Car Driver, they'll say, you know, every brand's the best because, you know, you flip the page and there's the advertisement. But with Consumer Reports, people believe it because it is, a, you know, a nonprofit organization. Yeah.
Hi, Phil. Can I get one, please?
One of these?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys see my stocks and stuff going up or down. I bought this cryptocurrency called Mudang. Does anyone know what Mudang is? There was this hippo in China that was like so cute that it was like always attacked the people that worked at the zoo, and they came up with a cryptocurrency. My daughter loved Mudang, so I told her, I was like, hey, they have a cryptocurrency Mudang, so I bought a bunch of it, and it's done nothing but lose me money. But the hippo's real cute.
Things we do for our kids.
Yeah, the Mudang.
Tell your daughter it's
that-
her college fund. It's her college fund.
Yeah, that's your college fund, honey. Anyways. So anyone have any questions about social media? And again, any video that you make on your dealership, may as well post it. Why not, you know?
Should you, I mean, obviously, like, for example, like the ones, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, the ones where it's, like, he'll throw himself at chairs and then, or it's, like, an animal, he'll throw himself, like, throwing something, he'll throw himself at a chair and then he'll get up and, like, start pitching. Like, it's just, like, one of those, like...
Oh, yeah. The memes you talking about?
With those, do you think you should run it by, like, a manager before you post something like that?
I mean, it depends. If it's edgy,
Right, that's what
then I wouldn't probably, you know, I probably would ask a manager first
Yeah.
if it's an edgy post or whatever. If it's just product information or just getting your brand out there, I don't think there's necessarily a need for that. There's a guy who works at the Chevy store right now. His name's Demetrius. He's brand new, but he posts every single day, and you know, he's doing very, very well. He's
Because for some people, that kind of content becomes their brand. you
Yeah.
know? It's like the funny sales guy. You know, it's like he's a guy that like he's pushing out this kind of content, and that I guess attracts a certain crowd of people. You know, especially
Yeah.
I think the younger generation. And when I say younger, I mean like now apparently everybody, because my parents are on TikTok. They look at that stuff.
yes,
All it takes is one viral video, you know, to get that 100,000, 200,000 people. to
yes,
watch
and
it.
then all of a sudden they go to your page and check out the other
Right.
videos. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I've made a lot of funny videos. I mean, I made one, you know, that used Blink 182. There's like this part in the song that says like, "Where are you?" And then like I basically was like, when that customer, you know, said they'd be there at 2:00 and it's 6:00 at night, I'd be like basically on the phone. I'm like, "Where are you?" You know, and so that one did good. I got like, you know, 10,000 hits on that one. So the funny ones do work, and if you could incorporate those ones too, I think it's great. I don't know how many of those will sell cars, but again, those are prominent in the social media world. Like, I see most of the people that are posting online from dealerships are making humorous videos.
Right.
They're making funny videos. And those are great. I mean, they're entertaining. I watch them myself all the time. The last thing I'm going to say about social media is that you want to use music and hashtags with it as well. So why music and what music you want to use? What's that?
Is there, so I think now with the, going along with the music thing, Instagram will actually recommend, like when you post a video, they'll actually recommend like popular songs.
Yep.
And that actually helps.
Yep. Trending songs.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, trending songs is good. Now, you can have it far in the background, but if it has the music to it, it'll post and push you up further on the algorithm. Does everyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much logical. If you're scrolling down, you hear a song you like, you're gonna stop. Wait, what's this
Yeah.
post about, right? So
Yeah.
it helps with catching the audience.
Yeah, there was a band from the 90s called Goo Goo Dolls, a song called Iris.
Yeah.
And that song was blowing up. I mean, every other video had that song in it. And so the social media sites will like post those songs that are really blowing up. So if you have a video, incorporate that song into the video, make a meme with that video, or have it very low in the background as you're sort of talking. Because you can talk over the music, just have the music, very light in the background or whatever. That'll help push your videos forward. And then hashtags. So hashtags could be car sales. It could be sales tips. It could be, setting Bluetooth. It could be 2026 RAV4 setup. Whatever it is, use hashtags. Back in the day, you could use as many hashtags as you want. Now they've limited back down to, I think, 5 on Instagram, 5 on TikTok, and YouTube you can do a little bit more with. I think YouTube, they give you about 100 characters, which will probably give you about 10 or so hashtags. But they will help, because if someone, is looking for something, car sales tips or whatever, or, 2026 RAV4, that guy falling downstairs had a video just recently get about 2 million views on it. And he was just basically doing a demonstration on the 2026 RAV4. It's really hot right now. So, we got one in probably before other dealerships had started getting them in. So he posted one right away. And because of the people that were searching for 2026 RAV4s were hashtagging it, he just blew up super fast. It was he was calling me every hour, oh my God, because most of his videos, they do okay. But the truth of the matter is 90% of the videos that you make, if it is some meme oriented or value added information, may not do anything, but then you get 1 or 2 that do really well, then all of a sudden you bring in all of the traffic. And I made videos that got no traction, a month ago, that all of a sudden I had one blow up, and then that one started blowing up because people were now watching that video. You know what I'm talking about, right? So consistency, like with anything in life, if you want to be great at your fitness, you have to be consistent. If you want to lose weight, you got to be consistent, eating the right foods on a consistent basis. If you want to be successful in being a business owner, like in a car dealership, then you want to take your business seriously and do things consistently.
Sorry, can I add one thing for social media?
By the way, he's got 250,000 followers.
Yeah. But what I would recommend is
By doing what? Show him what you do.
I just shake my eyes.
Shakes his eyes.
Wait, do it again?
If you come close, you can see my eyes vibrate.
You got 250,000 people.
How do you do that?
It's
How do
like
you do that?
I really don't know how to teach it. It's like flexing until your
There's a
muscle
glitch.
vibrates.
It's a glitch
Yeah,
going on, right?
it's a glitch. Anyway, but my advice is sometimes we upload something or like a picture or video, and it doesn't get interaction, and we go shy about it and take it down. Do not do that. Just keep it there. Who knows? Like he said, it can be in a week, it can be in a month, sometimes in a year. But that video or that picture is gonna blow up sometime. So just leave it there. Don't think it's because nobody liked it. It's probably just bad timing. It didn't pop up to the people who were on their phones at the time. It's not your fault. It's not a bad post. Just keep it there.
Yeah, he made a great statement. And don't get too into the thinking, oh, well, it doesn't look good or I don't like. Just post. Who cares what you post? Just look in the camera and be like, hey, this is Phil at Oarsman Automotive. Just want to reach out to you. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just post, post, post. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It may seem very awkward. Some people don't like talking in front of the camera. I mean, it's just a camera. It's not going to talk back to me. It's not going to yell at me, I did a bad job. Who cares?
And social media nowadays has, like, for example, for me, it was like car content. It actually helped me create relationships with different shops.
Yeah.
So where there was at one point I was working with a tire shop, and it benefited me, and then also helped all my friends and helped them bring business as well.
Yeah, that's
getting
great.
Cheaper discounted rates for
Yeah.
working tires, and everybody around me was like, they give you like almost like a discount code and stuff. So I think building relationships through social media now is like such a powerful tool that we have. It's like free promotion if you do
Free.
it right
Yes.
and are consistent with it, right? So definitely think it's very important.
Yeah, I mean, it could be,
Utilize
it
it.
doesn't even have to be about the vehicle. It could be like, here's the 3 things that you need to bring into a car dealership when you're buying a car. 1, make sure you have a valid driver's license. It's like so easy, right? It's just like so many things you could talk about. Make sure you have an insurance card, It's so easy to put stuff on there to add value to a customer. And like what you were saying, Leonardo, some people, there's another angle to it. You might have unique cars. Like we have that one downstairs, that Charger, I think. Is that a Charger?
Yeah, that's like actually the car that I
Yeah,
started
post
with.
the exotic whips that we have right there, and then you can get a whole different crowd of people now interested in your content, but they still need to buy a Corolla.
Right.
They're still that they know that you're the guy that sells that type of vehicle. You're gonna win. So yeah, there's so many angles and there's so many layers to it. But I would recommend getting involved. Again, I worked with someone in one of my earlier training classes. He was just opposed to social media. He thought it was morally, wrong or whatever. I don't understand, but I get it. There's a lot of garbage online. But hey, don't shortcut your business. This is what I talk about, mixed martial arts of selling, right? You don't want to say, hey, I'm not doing this, but I'll do that. That's okay, but you're limiting yourself. Why limit yourself? Why not get everything, right? And it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter, where you're from. Anyone can do it. I see so many people my age or older blowing up on social media all the time, even older than me. There's like grandmas on there, like, getting hundreds of thousands of views.
I
Yeah.
got 180-something thousand likes for just one video.
Yeah,
That
see?
was a personal thing. I was so shocked. In
It's a
one
bunch
day.
of social
Yeah.
media people.
In one day, 187,000
A bunch
likes.
of
I was like,
influencers.
wow.
And once you guys have a video or some content that pops off, analyze it. Remember we were talking about, you study, like, what did I do there? What time did I do it? Like for me, my crowd that I post goes to bed early.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm old. I got tattoos. I'm cool still. Shit. What I'm trying to say is, like, for me posting at 11 o'clock at night, all those people on the West Coast, and I have a lot of people from other countries watching me, a lot of them are from eastern and middle of the country, so I know that I'll probably have the best opportunity between like 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So I'll usually post during that time because I've had the best luck at that time period. It can be different for all kinds of things. So, any questions about the social media? But ask us, me and my man right here. He's good at that.
Get used to the hate. It's normal. Just don't reply.
Yes,
Let
yes,
the
yes.
comments fight each other.
Engagement's free.
Yeah, just let the comments fight.
Yeah, I just posted a video the other day. I have now a sales training. I just started last week, so I have like no followers on it. I just started it up because I started doing this job. And so I did a motivational, like, affirmation video. And someone wrote, LOL TF, which means
The F.
the fuck. Does anyone actually think this would motivate you? There's only like 3 comments on the video, but I don't care. I left it on there because it still attracts people to that. And people could hate on me all they
Somebody's gonna
want.
Fight him.
Yeah,
Like in the
I don't
comments.
care. I'm cool with it. Hate me, that's all good. You're bringing me more traffic. You're bringing me more views by the hate. So don't worry about it. If people are negative about you, that's their deal, not yours.
I also
So
think you stick to your I
Yeah.
actually use my name on all my social media accounts, and I'm really easy to find. Because I don't, like, if I'm putting it up there, that's who I am, and I'm totally good with that. And
Yeah.
I think when it comes to sales, that goes the same way.
Yep. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, there's so many angles to it. So if you guys have questions, and when I visit your dealership, if you guys want me to make videos with you guys, because I'll be coming to your dealerships like once a week, I'm down. You know, use me for whatever you guys want me to do. I'll be down there at least once a week. You want me to, huh? What's up?
I need you to get in the trunk today.
Yeah. You want me to TO your customer? I'll TO your customer. I'm down. I'll push your manager to the side and make it happen.
Are there incentives that customers, we can sell to customers also?
What's
make
that?
them, like, incentives, like opening accounts and stuff?
Yes, we're going to go over all that stuff. Yeah, for sure. That's a good point you make. Also, we want to talk about the service center. So every dealership's got a service center. Ours is down the street over here, but most of the dealerships have it in the building. What I would do is I would recommend you going down to the service advisors, getting your face out there, you know, meeting them, talking to them, you know, leaving cards strategically around service, because what's going to happen is there's a lot of times when service bills get to be too high for a customer and they don't want to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on their 12-year-old vehicle. So it's time for them to look for a new vehicle. So if the service advisors know who you are, and you guys could build some sort of relationship, you know, hey, if you do this, I'll help you out with that, you know, that sort of thing. It's whatever, right? You're trying to help each other out. You know, I'll buy you lunch, I'll do this, I'll take care of you guys. Or shit, go down there with, go to Starbucks or whatever, buy them coffees up front, you know. Hey, I just want to introduce you myself. I'm Phil, I'm new to sales. If you guys need anything from me, let me know. If your customer needs an appraisal on their vehicle, I'm willing to do it for you. But many of the salespeople don't ever even go into the service center. I'm telling you, you guys are going to get a lot of opportunities, so sometimes things can sort of wash over, but make it known who you are in your service center. It's just going to pay you more money. You know, again, if you want to really grasp your full business and make as much money as you possibly can, these are the things to do.
I think service people, they can really make your career too. I mean, I've had people, when I was manager, I would have people come in just fuming. Apple customers are the worst people in the world. They're all crazy. And I'd have people literally screaming on the sales floor, and I'd just walk up and like, give me your phone.
Yeah.
And he's want to argue with me. I go, would you like your phone fixed, or would you like to yell at me? I can go either way here.
Right.
And hand me he'd hand me his phone. I'd take it back to the technician. Right? They were mad because they had to wait for service, and I'd hand it to a tech who had a minute, and I'm like, give me look at it, see if we could exchange it. If we could exchange it, give me another phone.
Wow, got it.
I need to get this man out of my store.
Yep.
And they go back and they think I'm amazing, and everybody who watched the interaction thinks either we're gonna yell now, next time we're here, or they think this is a really great experience. And I mean, I don't know what the floor looks like yet, obviously, and nobody's gonna be yelling at us. But just being able to go get a piece of information about something that you couldn't find on the internet, I gotta figure was invaluable.
Oh, it's big time valuable. Anything that you can do to sort of add value is going to be a big thing. I mean, even when customers like come into the showroom, a salesperson downstairs, his name is Tony. He's very, very successful in this business. I probably mentioned him to you guys during your interviews, to some of you. But like, for instance, a customer would come into the dealership and they may mistake your dealership or the sales floor as where the service is. And they may say, hey, I'm here to get an oil change, right? Most salespeople will do is service centers that way and then walk this way. What Tony will do is he'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're in the wrong location. Let me bring you over to the service center together and I'll help you set everything up. And he'll go with the customer to the service center with a service advisor. Now, most people won't do that, but he does that. Now, when that lady eventually comes time to buy a car, who do you think she's going to see? She's going to see Tony, right? He's now in her consciousness. He went above and beyond, right? So like what you were saying, Tim, grabbing the phone and just taking over, feel free that those opportunities are going to be there for you all day long. Just make sure that you take them because nobody else is going to take them. And then next is referrals. So your job is to get referrals. So the best thing you can do is when you sell a car, you want to get referrals from that customer. So I wouldn't, say it the next day, who do you know wants to buy a car, but a couple of days later, you do a follow-up with the customer. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for your business. I hope you guys are really enjoying the new Caravan. It was fantastic meeting you. Did you guys have any questions about the vehicle or anything come up? Okay, great. Well, I'd love to help out your friends and family. Who do you know that is currently in the market for a vehicle? These people are going to bring you your business. You want to get it so you're not having to rely on just the floor traffic or the phone ups or the internet. That is obviously, when you're starting out, that's going to be everything for you guys. But at the end of the day, what you want is over time, that's just the icing on top of the cake. You want to have a stream of customers always coming in to ask for you. And it's your responsibility and it's your job to ask for referrals if you did a great job with the customer. There's sometimes customers, beating me up over a couple $100 for a car. And I say, listen, and we finally give it to them. It's like, can you at least get me 3 customers, or leave me a good Google review? You work your customers to get you more business. At the end of the day, that's how you grow your business. Repeat customers, referrals, they're going to be vital to your success and should make up at least 30 to 40% of your business over time.